I won't. This won't do. Why am I losing to some AC bastard like him? This is impossible. This is cheating. Ha 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 ha. You old fool, take that. Know your place that the true history lies and surpasses your date. What happened? Ah, Protect. Good timing. You popped up in the right time. I heard there's a trouble at hand, so does that mean that the game has already ended? It seems that there was quite rowdy and quite rambunctious remark hearing from the far side. It's the usual, the usual stuff. It isn't always like direct currents and all that stuff, right? And it was good that we kept our hands and started playing board games, as usual, as buddy. Then all of a sudden, we were just playing fine, and Tesla had to challenge. And simultaneously, it was a bad theme for Edison. And what was the theme of the game about? It was electric current war. Yoru ni notte 2人の対決というか足引っ張り合いの見事最高してくれてて、それはどちらが勝っても決戦不可欠ですね。So it said, essentially, because of those two got so serious, started fighting and started pulling each other's leg on purpose in order to stop the recreation from happening. I can definitely see if one side would win, the other definitely would complain. Yep. No, yeah. How dare you, Sutokyoro? Sutonkyo. So essentially, Sutonkyo is just an insult for the way he looks too. 我が名のテレンテクダを上昇して電流を貶め氷を出すとは言語道断. So essentially he's saying, how dare you, you use your nasty ass technique and then redirect an output current and fry my shit, right? And made my direct current useless. Isn't that perfect? As it's supposed to be. That the sheer fact that the lightning, the strongest current, it comes from the heavens itself. And the simulation is perfectly fine at hand. Meaning, the the Koryu, the AC, is the biggest friend towards the the human civilization. This has been proven fact that it would lead to the stars and continue throughout fruition. And Mr. Tesla, it's time for your operation. What the hell? Yeah, this is quite sudden. Do you need electricity? Do you need an AC current necessity for your operation? No. Your right arm. Yes. It seems that it's quite intriguing the way you said that, but no wonder. I will descend upon to help in need. Nice, Florence. We were able to avoid a crisis, for sure. Mr. Tesla is a little bit worrisome by his case, but don't worry about him. I wish that I'm glad that he was out of my sight. It's a perfect feeling that he's now out of my vision. And besides, this game or whatever, not in favor. It was quite an eyesore. Wait, it's because you lost, right? Isn't the righteous or the correct one not being able to win so unfair, meaning that it is the wrong answer? No. So Edison's a fucking sore loser saying that I'm right, this game is trash. He's just being stubborn. Yes, yes, your own self. Yeah, as expected of your own self-confidence is beyond belief. But anyway, playing games is a waste of time. I agree. Oh, okay, okay. Otto. And you, welcome. Is this gonna be okay? It's definitely an unexpected pairing. I believe that this feels a lot more dangerous than someone who would understand me. I don't know exactly what you or who you are, but at first let me call you friend for now. Huh? Friend? Me to you? Stop with your kind gestures or your pity system. But anywho, why don't you just say it already? Huh? That game is something so useless and unneeded. It's the boredom. 無様な偽同者どもの So yeah, just fake righteousness way to cure boredom and nonchalantly. どれほど時間潰すぞ、so yeah. So essentially, Emiya Alter is just kind of those nerd that doesn't like video games. It's just like, it's a waste of time. No matter how much time you have or how much time you burn, no matter what, in the end, nothing changes, nothing learned, nothing comes from this. So that means that you have to reject it from its core before your soul or before you get rotten to the core and get involved by it. So essentially, he's anti-gamer. You know, he's like those Christian moms that don't let you play Pokemon because, you know, it's preaching Satanism or some shit like that. But essentially, Emiya Alter being a soccer mom, saying video games are bad, it rot you, it'll put you, you know, out of misery. You get your self-righteousness and your you know, censor gets deprivated. Therefore, you know, it makes the humans bad. That's what you wanted to say, right, Edison? Well, if you were to say that so directly, I too cannot argue, but at the same time, can't. Yeah. You make me a little worried there. Alright, let's leave it and keep it at that. And besides, see, there are unexpected value in these kinds of things, you know? Hey, thanks for the follow.
I'm queen of the castle. I'm queen of the castle.
Nora!
Well, yeah, that too, right? Probably, Haika, he probably is projecting him why his creation, right? Is created because of a game. And, like, his own input is actually because some sick fuck created righteousness righteousness into a pure bits of despair due to boredom, right? So technically Demia has a point in his own word, right? So Demia is like, I was created because of some bullshit game. Game shouldn't exist. It's made for, you know, fake justice bullcrap left and right that wants to cure time, cure boredom. And in the end, nothing but rubble or nothing good will come out of it. And then Elena says, you know, there's something of value, something that you can see in shapes. It might be, you know, fake or fantasy, and it's not always what you don't obtain. この世界に見出せる全てはないわ. But yeah, something that you can see or something that you can feel will always not be the value of what in this world is all about, you know? Some people find their lives or their calling within the games, or some people goes to the complete opposite. Some people live their lives like a game. There are many people like that too. Edison, あなたとニコラの技術戦争をして天才たちのゲームだな。なんて呼べる人もいるし。Yeah. Edison, for an example, you and Nikola Nikolai fighting together with tactics and wits, a lot of people would say, you know, the battle of geniuses. There are some people who would even go far as to call this. Yes, other people's opinions can be so easily met with few words, just like that. I see. That's why the model of this board game is so. The fact that humans, people, each other can pit their own intelligence and their wits against each other in order to outplay or to find out something new either about themselves or the other person. No wonder it becomes a nice little illusionary environment called game. Then if that's the case, just because it uses nonchalant amount of time or excessive amount of time, it doesn't mean that all games should be deemed as worthless or evil in the first place, in my opinion. It's kind of weird. Yeah, so Da Vinci comes in and says, it all depends on perspective, after all. Miss Da Vinci-chan, games, nothing wrong. Actually, games should be a wonderful thing. After all, it brushes up your intelligence and brushes up your courage simultaneously in an interesting way. But there are limitations to those, you know, said plays and said games, after all. And wait, what's wrong? What happened? Well, a very unfortunate, unsolving resolve has occurred in this situation. Oh, are you talking about that specific game? That mysterious game set? Oh, yes. The mysterious game, the set? You said this before, but what kind of game is it? Wait, even the game-loving girls don't know what's going on? Well, you know, it was kind of there when we kind of realized it. It had a no manual, no owner name, but it was a 5-box set of a mysterious game all set up. I thought it was some sort of scheming or construction build type, so we've managed to set the piece together and accumulated the board and completed the basic setup, but I could definitely sense an eerie feeling and an uneasy aura for sure. How peculiar, but yet quite peculiar, yet so deeply intriguing. Have you all played this already? Well, of course. A game that you don't know, you have to play it first to find out, right? Well, to be perfectly honest, we're about to research this game by doing many different tactics. It seems that there's many cool things after all. So right now we're going to study it through all night. I can understand, of course. Trying to understand the unknown or the future, I understand that giddy feeling. But, どうこした熱中ぶりが気になったね. I'm just very wondered that you're so very passionate about this. Potag? Yeah, you should let Potag see it too, just in case. So, kind of come with me. So essentially, Da Vinci's like, we got a problem. There's this game set that we don't understand. It has 5 pieces all together. And then the gamer girl specifically said, yeah, we've kind of played it a little bit. We kind of manufactured it, but it's been weird. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay up all night and then figure out figure out how to play this game and play it properly. And then Da Vinci goes, I understand the curiosity is good for the future. もちろん未来への好奇心は理解できているが、どうこうした熱中ぶりが気になってね。So yeah, Da Vinci's kind of interested in this item as well. So they want she wants Protag's opinion of that game. So come with me. Ah, shit, there's a Monopoly chat. It's time for the fun little tax season, right? Mozart's essentially saying it's time to plunder. Maria, kimi no kozai. Yeah, let me take one of your wood stocks, huh? Oh, what the hell? Interesting. Look, everybody has a little star on their head. Did you guys notice that? Little star top on their head. How cruel of you, Amadeus. Senpai? It seems that their eyes are not very normal. It seems that from what I've seen, I believe their status is that they might be high on playing video games. Hey, you guys, how long have you guys not been sleeping, you know? When it comes to the necessity of sleeping, I believe it comes down to personal liking and personal level, but when it comes to active magical energies, see? Everybody still has it all pimping and ready to go, after all. Uh-oh. I understand you're feeling so... Oh, yeah, I understand. Essentially, yeah, they're saying sleep is for the weak. And then she says, I understand you're feeling quite well. When it comes to game, while playing the game, everything and anything, you can keep forgetting it. Like me, you know? Whenever you're playing a game that's so fun, you kind of forget everything in your surrounding, including food, water, and my sanity. What a happy little bunches, huh? And the fact that being able to forget things is your pleasure. But then again, I must be in the same group as you guys due to the situation, but... Well, then let's us dive into this game too. Yeah, aka Hime. Essentially says Hime and us. So watashitachi means let us also dive into this game as well. Let's go into this board game of Circle Circle. Woohoo! Uh-oh. Huh? What the? Oh no. That's no good. I almost touched it and I almost did not come back. But this is an unidentified game. I think I'm being led to a divine glory. Senpai, my shoulder has... So essentially, her spine just crawled, right? Her spine just stood up all of a sudden. Come on over. Come on over. Yeah, board game's fun. Board game's fun. No. These people are already addicted to such things completely. This is too dangerous. As a president's order, I must... Yeah, as a presidential order, I must call this ceasefire. I must quarantine them at once. I don't think a presidential order of such thing exists like that. But I mean, even if you were to bust them out, I believe the effectiveness is going to be quite low. Well. What should we do then? Dot. Hey! Dot! Eh? Senpai? There's an unfamiliar child around here. It's a little boy. Dot. Who are you? Me? Where did you come from? Poku, far away. Huh? Response? Is there like a time lag or something? This person came out of the board game, you know? Out of the board game. Inside from the game? Yep, that's right. I was watching. I was always watching. It came out when this person came out of the board game. The game on top there was a table, and on top of that table there was a game, and from the inside the game the child arrived on top of the game. Wait, a mysterious game shows up, then a mysterious boy shows up? Well, let me check. Wow, definitely have a servant reading for sure. Game? It's the place where you came from. Do you not know what a game is? Don't know. Maybe. Because lost. You're lost. Are you a servant that lost your way back home? I'll be fine. I know the way. I won't. Yeah, I won't look back, or I won't falter. Or I won't get lost. But that person is different. That person's been wandering all day. Won't go to the forest, won't go to the desert. This person is at the town, inside the town, all alone. All alone by herself within society. Nah, well, I want to ask you. Where is this person? Wait, who is that child you speak of? Who is that person? Da. Are you a player? You have the requirement, don't you? So I'll let you in on a little secret. Hey, what do you have in your hand there? You're always grabbing it so tightly. Why are you hiding it? Is it something so secret? Is it perhaps something that's not good to show? It's no. Then why don't you let us see it? I required the person who has requirement. A requirement? Something that I don't have, but the protag does?小僧、貴様も確かにサーバントのはぐれだ。この中で一番適数、マスターとなれるものを選ぶっていうわけだ。Yo, Emiya, just chill, bro. Like, he's just a little kid that's lost, right, homie? You don't have to fucking be all edgelord. So essentially, because, a little kid is definitely a rogue servant, for sure. Just like my former self. Meaning that from, within all of us, he was definitely looking for a master that he could pair up with. So, he was going to choose master, senpai as Masta? Masuta? Do you not know what that means? You're such a silly boy. What do you really want to do? I'm on a journey. Middle of it. But, because... Hey, you. Can you see this, please? The satellite. It's a game piece? Oh, what a peculiar design for sure. Wait, I want to see it. Wait. Hey, no fair. You showed it to Edison. This person is okay. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so he probably has additional MP gain to anybody that is a star, pioneer of the star. He is the person who led people to the stars. He's the person who led me to fly this far. I see. I finally figured out your true name. My name? Do you remember? Of course. A Voyager. Your name was Voyager, my friend. That's right. I was called that. I believe there was a person who called me that. Of course, there's no doubt about it. An unmanned spacecraft for survey search specific Voyager. You were a hero, a protag, a shining essence of human ingenuity within history's writing. Voyager. You're not a ship that you're not a ship that carries people like normal? Are you a ship? Yeah, I'm a ship. Well, I can't bring anybody on board though. A spacecraft ship? Wait, so are you an unmanned ship servant? Is that correct? But the fact that a human created entity was able to use its essence to turn into a heroic spirit servant. There has been exceptions and exclusions with this, but of course, of course. Why, many people have really interesting dreams, and many dreams that needs to come true after all. 彼を一人の英雄とみなした者がそれだけ多くいたことに勘違いはない。私は誇りに覚えてる。Of course. There are many humans and many citizens and people that I know that would label this hero as one person. There were many people that would treat it as a human being more than others. There is no irregularity, nor unfamiliarity. I am proud that he is one of us. In 1977, the summer, there was a grand tour that was going to traverse in the Sea of the Stars. It was a adventure that were 今誰よりも遠くへ飛び続ける冒険者. He is an adventurer that flies, floats, and traverses throughout the seas of stars further than anybody else would. An adventure beyond, far beyond. Using the other planetarium's G-force momentum and causing a swing by, and even after leaving the atmosphere or the what's our planet, chat? It's not Milky Way, but the solar system. He's still on a journey far beyond after the solar system. And what a great accomplishment. And simultaneously, his records is multiplying and continuously being recorded to this day. His journey is constantly mapping the ways of humanity throughout the stars to this day. Yeah, gravitational assist, using G-force from the other planets to use a slingshot method to travel. I don't understand any of that. Is he a telescope? No, he's whoa. The fuck? Why did the music stop? But anywho. I see. So you're type of right now you're a servant of the past, but still existence in the present day. A very interesting kind of peculiar servant, right? G present sa. A big admiration to the big gigantic sea of the space. Simultaneously, you're the glistening hope for the future to see at hand. You're the leading hand that guides humanity. an era where only few possible evolutionary steps were to be occurred or availability. You were a crystallization, a craft essence of you were the peerless craft essence of crystallization of existence, allowing humanity to hold hands, a guidance to humanity to be able to move forward when there was time where only moving forward was one step towards such moon, right? Like essentially Da Vinci is saying you're amazing, right? Your existence itself is amazing. You are a hand, you're essentially, you know, a star player. You are the guidance of humanity because you continuing on shining bright, still traversing the unknown of this big gigantic cold space. You're a crystallization of existence of a miracle. Yeah, you're gonna call Florida boy? Okay. Dot dot dot. Well. ルネサンスが誇るユモノユニバーサル万能の人間よりも星か受けの誓いをする同情するのかい？これ以上の計画はアメリカンしものですし。So yeah, simultaneously the reason why Edison knows is because the Project Voyager is funded and done by, you know, none other than America. La 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 America. Ba 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 ba. So yeah, so Da Vinci says, why don't you show me your treasure if that's all right with you? So it essentially says, let me see you, right? Like, how do you function? What's your setup? I would like, yeah, so Da Vinci asks Voyagers to kind of just settle down a little bit to kind of see what's going on with him, right? Like, she wants to look at the ship. She's so fascinated that, like, she's, you know, about to see a future tech. Like, it's essentially, it's a satellite, right? It's a satellite-ish kind of type creature. And so Da Vinci's so fascinated. She's like, let me see you. And then Voyager hesitates. It says, It seems that being even looked at the finest all-person capability, aka Da Vinci, the Uno Universal of the Renaissance, you rather still prioritize the promise that you did for your as a flagship. And then yeah, Voyager's planning was made by the American states, correct? Of course. The proposition of movements. These movements are fascinating. 常に先っぽを切って突き進むのが我々。Yeah, our country is all about always being the front line, very forward and going beyond to find new sources and new cutting edge. But your journey should still be going, no? Even yourself has said it before. Then I must ask, why are you here? And, you know, he came from the game, inside. I saw it with my own eyes. Own eyes. You didn't want to end it, did you? And if that's the case, I can fix that situation right-handedly. Yeah, he's essentially a space probe, right? It's very fascinating. Post link about Voyager spacecraft? Sure, go ahead. Yeah, if you guys don't know Voyager, probably looking at the wiki will be a best choice there. But essentially, Voyager it's essentially, yeah, like he's so far away from Earth, yet he's still, you know, busting out his ass. And then, like, the Voyager's pictures are essentially giving humanity timeline of, like, where X, Y, and Z are. Like, his existence allows the existence of what? I think it was Pale Blue Dot and Friends. And other, like, extremely different place out of the galaxy. What is a Voyager? Voyager is someone's go on a trip? No. Voyager ship. I believe he's Voyager 1, or is he Voyager 2? I forgot his actual... Yeah, revisiting decades old Voyagers 2 data, scientists find one more secret. So it's Voyager 2. Is that 1? Is he 1? No, it's 2. No, because specifically the date says it right here by Edison. Thomas Edison says 1970 summer, which should be yeah, it should be summertime. Well, you gotta also understand, Voyager 1 and 2 launched practically like a month apart. Well, you gotta understand, it's been like 50 fucking years, you know? He's a legit ship? Yeah, he's a fucking, well, I wouldn't say a ship. He's like a good spacecraft satellite. Like what you saw there in the game piece, that's him. So we don't know. Yeah, I think it's a amalgamation of both, in my opinion. But anyway, so essentially Voyager 1 launched 16 days after the twin Voyager 2, having operated for 42 years, communicated with the Deep Space Network, received ground computer, transmitted Earth. Real-time distance and velocity data was provided to NASA JPL. Distance of about 2.2 billion kilometers from Earth as March 2020. It is the most distant human-made object from Earth. Probe's activity includes flybys from Jupiter, Saturn, and Saturn's largest moon, Titan. Although the spacecraft's course could have been altered, include a Pluto encounter by foregoing Titan's flyby, exploration of the moon took priority because it was known to substantial atmosphere. Voyager 1 studied the weather, magnetic fields, and rings of the two planets and was the first probe to provide detailed image of their moons. That ain't it then. I believe Voyager 2... Primary mission ended with an exploration of the Neptunian system on October 1989, having visited the Uranian system in 1906, Saturn at 1981, and then Jovinian at 79. Voyager 2 is now extended mission to study reaches of the solar system, and it has been operating for 42 years, 9 months, 4 days, as of May 24, 2020. It remains contact through the NASA Deep Space Network. On November 28th, they have reached the moon from the sun, moving at a velocity of too much. Relative to the sun, Voyager 2 left the heliosphere, which is our hemisphere. Which is our hemisphere, which was created like a bubble region that's kind of protected from the sun and entered the interstellar medium, a region outer space. So we're talking about Voyager 2. Voyager here is Voyager 2, I believe. At least this one. This little one is Voyager 2 just because how Edison explained it here. He did go outside the solar heliosphere. He's on the grand tour to go further beyond an adventure that would go insane. Yeah, he left the heliosphere after doing the gravity looping, gravity pull slingshotting, and then left. Yeah, so this one's outer stellar intermedium, allowing solar system join Voyager 1, which had reached interstellar medium in 2012. Voyager 2 has begun to provide first direct measurement and density of temperature in the interstellar plasma. I don't know. It probably is one or the other. We don't know yet, and I think that'll play a role later on. Anywho, that's a game piece. I believe he's giving it to you, senpai. Shall we? Should you receive it for him? You want to play a game, I see, but unfortunately today is a little too late for Musta. Apologies. If you want to play a game, try to keep it for tomorrow, alright? Huh. An interesting face you make, huh? If it ain't for playing around, what is it? Are you challenging him, or are you trying to lure him in? It seems like he's tired. Why don't you stay here for today? Alright, Voyager? I'll show you to my lab. Right this way. You don't have to be scared. I'm only just gonna check up on you just to make sure you're alright. There's a bad person here and is about to do bad things. What? It's all, you know, as a cloudy and engineering through. It's only part of my mission after all. Simultaneously, I wanted to bring home the mystery game with me, but Da Vinci, please. He's trying to strip him apart, boys. He's trying to strip him apart. Could be the same one in FGO. The one's just making the point that it's just game Voyager 2. Maybe. It seems that, yeah, I want to get the mysterious game out of their hands, but it seems that these people, yeah, these girls are very passionate at the very moment and probably will not let them go so easily after all. You must understand, Da Vinci. Voyager, Mr. Voyager here, is the... Oh yeah, he is the pride and proud... pride of humanity. Make sure you treat him with utmost care and importance. Of course. That is already in... Yeah, that is already in hand, understood. Hey. Brat. If you got something to say, spit it out right now. I know you're a servant. Yeah, I know your heroic spirit. 思い立ち合ってるのは存在早いぞ. It says, yeah, not being able to express what you want to say is going to make you pathetic and hinder you later into life. Huh? Huh? Well, everybody, good night. Have a good dream. I want to go where she is, or where this person is. What a mysterious boy that was, for sure. It seems that his consciousness or will is there, but it's as if there was a really strong time lag between them. We felt like we had a conversation with a very long lag time. And was staring at Senpai very straightforward. I kind of wanted to accept his offer. That's,それはやはり軽症に思えます。デヴィンチーちゃんもそれはなんとなく警戒されていました。Because I believe that'll be too fast, I believe. Miss Da Vinci was afraid and made sure that she was putting her defenses during that time. Simultaneously, you must understand, Senpai, that Voyager is an unidentified servant at this very moment. So... But I do understand your pain. For some odd reason, somewhere in my heart or my gut or my instinct, I believe he was not just wanting to play a video game or just games in general. I believe Mr. Voyager was trying to tell us something. With time lag, apparently there was a time lag within our conversation, so I hope it can be solved or resolved by Miss Da Vinci's forgery. He said something about a girl or that person, right? Or let's listen to him very closely tomorrow. Ah, yes, of course.